Hi Bimal, please turn on your camera.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Start with your introduction.
My name is Bimal Kumar, and I have completed my Bachelor of Degree from Rajiv Gandhi University, Bhopal, in Mechanical Engineering, and I have completed graduation in 2020, and apart from this, I have total 3.5 years of experience in IT sectors, which is relevant in Mulesoft. And I have experience with different kinds of technical skills in my current organization, like Anypoint Studio, Design Center, API Manager, MQ, and apart and monitoring. These are the Anypoint component where we have a skill of different kinds of technology. And apart from this, I have implant for the implementation. We have used Anypoint Studio, and where we used to provide the as per requirement choice rotor so and scope. And apart from in storage purpose, we have experience in MySQL and Oracle, and I have also experience in testing, that is Postman and Ruby API.
Okay, fine.
Apart from this, I am quickly.
Okay.
Yes.
So, what kind of connectors and routers you have used?
We have for the choice, we have used choice router and API kit router and a scatter getter router. In a connector, we use a HTTP connector, relational connector, and these are the connector we have used.
Okay. So, suppose like as per my observations, I have been in a situation like in my project, what happens is like we have different kind of partners. Okay. So we according to the partners, we create like APIs. And there is also a kind of central API which sends requests to these partners APIs. Okay, so there is most of the time there comes a situation when we get a new partner, so we'll have to create like a new API for that particular new partner. Okay, so when we have this central API which connects to the other partners, and when the situation comes that you have this new partner, so, do you have any idea like what would be the things that we will do for the new partners here? What changes that we can do to include that new partner in that
Uh,
central API?
to include that partner, we will give the request connector in which we will provide the URL of the new partner, and we will configuration that partner to the in a request connector where we get to connect to the in our central API.
Yeah,
We
that
will
is very
use
good
the
point.
request connector.
And yeah, again, Vimal, there another question arises like how do can we discriminate like on a depth in a depth if we go inside, how can we discriminate in different partners, like what would be the filtration that you would do in your central application to discriminate like this is for this partner and this one is for the other partner? Any
Uh,
scope, any router that will help you?
for if there is this in this scenario, we will go with the choice router. For if you will use if the profile project value is 7, then it will go through the it will be the new partner. Or for second, we will if the project profile value is less than 7, then we will go for the old partner. Like that, we can, based on the scenario, we can use the choice router and for the filter the new partner or as well as old partner.
Yeah, that is correct. Very good. And moving on, like uh, so do you have experience in RAML?
Yes.
How do you explain RAML?
RAML is a escalator in which we define how to behave with other system and API, and how to communicate with other API, in which we define write the input related information like method, request, and response. What are the required parameter we will pass, or what are the mandatory field? Like these are kinds of things we define in the RAML.
Okay. And do you know in what situations like we use the patch method?
Patch method is basically used to partially change or a small change in the RAML, then we will go to the patch method.
Okay, okay, cool. And and what is again what is put method?
Mm. Put method is basically used to create avoiding duplicate record or already existing or a record. If it is already existing, it will overwrite, and it will create a new resource.
Okay, okay. Do you know what is a scheduler based API?
Yes, ma'am. Scheduler based API is it is specified a particular type. It will be run in a particular type, and if you be configuration like it will run every day in a 10 o'clock, then it will fetch the data every day at 10 o'clock. It will automatically do the processing of the what they do. They fetch the data on every 10 o'clock, like that. For that we write the current expression uh, to run that in a particular scheduling.
Okay, fine. Okay, suppose there is a scheduler based API, and that API I want it to run on weekend. Suppose I want it to start running on the midnight of every Friday, and I want it to stop on the midnight of like every Sunday. So in this situation, what kind of configuration you think will be suitable?
We will go for the current expression, in which we mention for 12 o'clock, then we will go right expression. We will from right to left. Second star will be representing the time, and third star will representing the uh, week. So we will mention there at 12 o'clock, or and second we will write in Friday like 6. That will be the current expression for running the particular jobs.
Okay, fine. Again, suppose there is a situation like the same way, the I want to run it for weekend, and also I want again this API to run for weekdays also. So, the beginning of Monday to the uh, to Monday to Friday. So in this situation, when I want it to run like two times, so what would be the good practice? Like to use two scheduler or one scheduler? What do you think would be the good practice?
We will go with a two scheduler. I think from my side,
Yeah, yeah, that would be a better way to use two schedulers. You're
yes, ma'am.
correct.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, so then when you have a scheduler in your application and you want to like test it locally, whether it is working fine or not, but still it is like based on some kind of fixed time or whatever cron expression or something. So how can we test it locally, a scheduler?
We will go through the API manager, in which API manager we will go in a runtime manager. There we will disable the cron expression, and we will from there we will run the manually. We can run manually in a runtime manager.
Yeah, that is correct. Okay. And have you heard about object store that is in runtime?
There is two object store. One is persistent object store, and one is transaction object store. Uh,
Okay. Do you know what are these?
Yes, ma'am. Persistence object are object store are which is used to run the runtime, and when we restart the runtime manager, it will lose the data, and it is basically used to caching purpose, and it is used for the to optimize the performance. And transaction is storage data is which is stored in a disk, and it will not lose the data while it will run. It will restart.
Okay, okay, fine. Okay. Uh, have you worked on M units?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, what is the ideal percentage of coverage for M units?
Around 70% is the ideal process to run the unit test cases.
Okay, okay. So, what will you do when you have some scenarios you have like choice router or scatter gather router? So, how will you write M units for these cases?
We will write the M unit cases like assert that or a equal assertion. In this, it will be matches all the requirement value, and then we will pass the assertion. And if it will matches, it will generate the statistical report in which it will mention how many percentage are matches from the as per requirement.
I'm asking like suppose you have a choice router in your application. Okay, so once you write the M unit, at first place it will only cover one route, right? But suppose in choice router you will have two or three routes. So how will we cover the maximum coverage here?
I don't know. I will recall it.
It is very simple. You'll have to write more test cases. Like based on the conditions, you will write test cases. Like for the first condition, you will write one test case. For the second, you will write another, the third, like that. Okay.
Oh, how many route will be there? We will have to write that amount of test
Yes,
cases.
yes, yes.
Okay.
And suppose you have to write for negative scenarios test cases also to cover the what do we say? Uh, error scenarios. So
Like
in that case,
yes.
yeah.
Sometime it will might be method we run, sometime with the resources we done, sometime it will be like endpoint related information on we will negative scenario based on the what how many method and how many possible way to get the error in that amount of case we have to write.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, fine. And suppose you have given work to do. Okay, you have to, there is an existing API in which you will have to do some minor changes. Okay, so after that you will test it, and then do you think checking through M units is also an important part, for every work you have given?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay, fine. Okay. Uh, so apart from that, what kind of applications you have created, like based on the API-led connectivity?
We have created one was a process API, and one was a system API, and other was a scheduler based API, which is process API.
Okay, okay. So what is a process API?
Process API is which is to process API in which we do the transformation of data or data abstraction and shaping of data, and we will write their logic and other business business logic.
Oh, fine. And apart from that, what kind of data wave functions you have worked?
We have map function, map object function, reduce web function, size of function, is empty function, is event function, odd function, flatten map function, and split web function, group web function, and no function. And these are the functions we have mostly worked on this.
Okay. Suppose I am getting a CSV data and I want to convert into like a JSON. So do you know how can we do that?
We will. go in a application forward slash and CSV and header is equal to true.
Okay, okay, cool. And again, the same situation, like you are getting an XML and you want to convert it to like JSON. What would be the process?
In a process there will we will write a application forward slash XML, and for to convert in a JSON to XML there is other format. We will write object, inside the object we will give some detail, then we will convert into JSON as a XML.
Okay, okay, nice, very good. And what function is the what function gives you takes input as array and output as object?
Array to object, plug function. So sorry, array to object, group by function.
Okay, and again, what is plug function?
Plug function is payload is yeah, is object and output is array. It iterate over key value pair and index.
Okay, okay, nice, nice. Uh, I think I'm done from my side. Shadab sir, do you have any questions to ask?